Hey y'all, your girl from Marin Hustle Ship Talk podcast is back. It's me, Dee Dee. I just wanted to get on here and talk to you about a lot of questions and answers and things that people are coming to me with. But the first question that I was asked was, why do I go so hard for the merchant mariner community? I do this because in my early 20s, you go from job to job, trying to figure out what it is that you're passionate about. I knew early on, even before I even started working in this world, that I was someone who liked to help others, especially elderly people. I love older people. That's why I was always up under my grandparents and my aunties and uncles. That's just something that I always liked to do. Once I came across Merchant Mariner information, just doing my own research, and I had a couple of family members that was actually merchant seamen at the time, and it was something that that spiked my interest because I always wanted to see the world. I wanted to go in the Air Force at one point, but I don't know. I just wanted to get into something where I know that I didn't have to be gone and I didn't have to sign my life over. I didn't have to, whenever they say, come on, let's go, you got to go. I didn't want to do that. So when I came across Merchant Mariner information and looking into it, it's something that I wanted to do. So I went to school in Jacksonville, Florida, at Blue Water Maritime School. Over there when it was off of Blandon Boulevard, I did their 6-week program because I worked during the day. Great program, great instructors. I learned a lot, and it kind of like helped me and molded me into the person that I am today, just going through that. So my first ship was MSC. I got with MSC, was the first company, not ship. MSC, which is Military Sea Lift Command. My first ship was the Sacagawea. I was the only black female on our ship. I was the only female in the deck department. You know what I'm saying? So it's that right there, that actually showed me that it's really good, genuine people out here on these jobs that really care about you. Like a lot of people were saying, well, how did you feel? Were you uncomfortable working as the only female? No, because it was like a family dynamic. Like it was just one big happy family. They looked out for me. If it was times where, I wasn't feeling well, hey D, we got you this, we got you that. Or they'll knock on the door and say, we leaving something for you. So they took care of me in that way. Like if I needed anything broke in the room, it was nothing for them to come help me, you know what I'm saying? So it was always a family dynamic. We're not going to get that on every ship that you work on, and I work for a number of different companies because MSC is a bit strict, and I had things going on at home and I was unable to get off the ship due to stipulations. So I had to find another company that was not as strict. I worked at NOAA for a little while, but I ended up having to leave NOAA for my own personal reasons, but they're a great company to work for. So, I worked for the union, I worked for small companies, even a couple of staff agencies in the Gulf, like complete logistical services. That's where I got my crane operator credentials, and I gotta, so to me, whenever you're off a ship, going to school, getting different certifications is important because you want to build your resume. Even though you're a merchant mariner, you may be an AB. The more certs that you have under your name, the higher your pay will be. You're pretty much just upgrading yourself. Of course, you have to pay to upgrade your license, to the Coast Guard, but once you get to a certain level, you can always move up the ladder. The only person that's stopping you from going up or moving it or advancing to whoever it is that you want to be, whether that's a captain, a first engineer, whatever you want to go, whatever your goal is, chief cook, steward, is you. You're stopping yourself. So I want to encourage you to keep going, just go to school, even if it's not a school that I even, I talk about. It's so many different schools. It's 49 different maritime schools in the United States. Just pick one that best suits you, get your classes, get your endorsements, upgrade your license, and go for it. It's only up from here. There's jobs out here where all you need is a valid driver's license and a TWIC card. You can work at the ports in different states. As long as you have that, as long as you meet their qualifications and their expectations, you are good to go. A lot of people didn't know about the TWIC card, where you can get your TSA pre-check if you put your numbers in as a frequent flyer or something like that, one of the two. But It's something like that. They renamed it. They named it something else. But you can use that. Like, those are advantages that you have as using a TWIC card. You can get discounts, you know what I'm saying? Depending on what company you go for, you can get a military discount, especially if you got a CAT card. I don't know how intense that is. I know some of them do. Some of them want to see your CAT card, and they want to see what's on it. You can get discounts with your cell phone services. It just depends what it is that you're trying to do. The reason why I'm giving this information, because a lot of people come to me and think, okay, this girl know what she's talking about. This girl can help me get a job. I'm not a recruiter. I don't work for any specific company. I am affiliated with Blue Water Maritime School, but I've kind of been on my own for a little while because I got family stuff going on and I don't want to get into that. But you have to know somebody who knows somebody. A lot of people always saying, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. If you don't do your own personal research, you're just going off of what somebody else say, how do you know how accurate things are if you're not doing your own personal research? When you do apply for these jobs, make sure when you're applying for these jobs that you are calling them back, you're emailing them back, you're doing a follow-up with them. You have to stand out. They may have interviewed 100 people, but what are you doing to stand out of those 100 people? Are you calling? Are you getting personal? Are you telling them stuff? What are you doing in these interviews to make yourself stick out? What are you wearing on these interviews? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? How is your body language in these interviews? All that stuff really does matter. Even though sometimes I know now they're not really doing face-to-face interviews. They're doing video Zoom interviews. Just make sure you answer those questions that they ask you. Be truthful with it, even if you got to stretch the truth a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just make it make sense, Watch your body language. Watch how you hold your hands. Watch how you look in the camera. Watch how you use your hands. I'm a person that talk with my hands. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, they don't like all that. So sometimes, or usually with me, if I'm doing a phone interview, I keep my hands on my lap. I have, I have made myself get used to doing that. You know what I'm saying? But you want to be open and honest in these interviews. You want to dress to impress, even if you're not face to face with somebody. You want to, wear you a suit, wear you a nice blazer, you know what I'm saying? Wear a tie if you're a guy, wear a dress, look presentable in these interviews that you're doing. I'm just giving y'all tips because I know a lot of things that when I ask certain people, like the higher ups on my ship, this is the type of things that they look for. Just be persistent when you're out on these jobs as well. Do your job. Learn your job first before you try to cross-train in another, because you have to know, how can I put that? You have to know what it is to be an ordinary seaman, or what it is to be an AB, before you can go and be a third mate or a captain. You have to learn your job and what's in your scope first. Learn the rules and regulations, know your chain of command. Just be persistent and smart with that. Just want to encourage you guys, keep going. I'm going to keep putting up different tips, different posts, different things that I know that can help somebody, because when I became a merchant mariner, I didn't have that. I didn't have a guide. I had to learn these steps on my own. So why not share what I've learned with you guys, so you guys can walk in those footsteps and be proud of your own as well. Okay, until next time, y'all be great, be blessed, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.